everybody, I'm Kay here with DecoNetwork. We are visiting Motivated Print Shop today with Martin. Hi, Martin.
Hey, how are you? Doing great.
Good. So I'm really excited about this tour and getting to see your shop and all that you do.
Awesome. We're glad to have you.
Something from you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You ready? Okay,
yeah.
Let's go.
Tiny shop. We've got a 6-head embroidery type setup. Screen washout booth, light tables, stuff like that. When we picked up the business, we were probably doing a 40% contract, 60% direct. And I made the decision, we moved out of the contract and did we just downsized a little and upped the prices and do less work for more money, and that's just the market I did. So that also means I've got a fully working press that I just keep around in case something breaks, you know, stuff like that.
And how many embroiders do you have on staff?
A lot of the embroidery work was contract before, and so when I eliminated that, we probably only embroider 2 days a week. 2 days a week. And so we don't keep a full-time embroiderer that just does that exclusively. We will do occasions where we'll, 1,000 or 5,000, and I do use an outsourced partner for that. Okay. But we produce 90% in-house for the 50 pieces, 20 pieces, stuff like that. Other than promotional products, I would say we produce in-house 95%. It's just, if you're swamped, you get too many shirts, and every once in a while you throw a job somewhere else. Yeah. But, get through, so on and so forth. But, yeah, come on back.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're working hard back here and jamming.
We're running, we have 2 810s and then a 1416. But really, I'd say the vast majority of our work, most jobs are small color. We do on the 810, but we use M&R. It's a little bit older, but, automatic press equipment. Changed a few pieces over the years. Dryer we put in a couple years ago, but moving away from an electric was big. But stuff comes in, stuff gets printed, stuff goes out. It's
so what does a busy day look like for you in here? The orders? Sure.
A lot of folks do a lot of education, and we service the education market as well as private business dominantly. And we do a lot of conference events that'll be 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 attendees. And so, all of our customers, they all have the events at the same time. It's like in the same 8-week period. And so I think we have, for one customer, I've got 10,000 coming in over the next 8 weeks, like a 1,500 every week or two, stuff like that. And so, a busy week, we print a couple thousand shirts, and then we provide some extra services. We sort them and bundle them by groups and things like that for extra charge, and that's been really beneficial. But then, there are other weeks where we may only have 600 pieces go through December, particularly slow, stuff like that. But when we run with basically a 4 to 5 person employee set, and during the really busy time, we will bring in 3 or 4 people to help with folding, sorting, counting, that type kind of thing. And I use I used to do kind of the Facebook Craigslist temporary stuff, but I use actually an industrial app-based staffing system, and they've been amazing.
Oh, nice. And then what qualities do you look for when you're searching for team members to help you with these projects?
Sure. So the team members we have on staff have all been here about 10 years. Okay. So the team members that we're bringing in are for light skill, counting, folding, and so for most of that, it's basically a timeliness and just basic. We like to work with nice people. But I will say accuracy is something we worked on a lot. Spoilage is something that's acceptable in the industry, but I like to ship jobs exact.
Right.
And so we bring in extras and we ship them to exact counts instead of modifying sizes like is sometimes common.
And I see we're working here. Who is this? And what are we working on?
Hey, Andres.
Hi, Andres.
Yeah, so we're a customer. They're a restaurant supply distributor. Okay. And so getting some winter apparel. I think we got some DecoNetwork shirts printing later, a baseball training facility printing, and I think a construction company off the top of my head.
Oh, nice. Okay.
My favorite market is the small business, probably 20 to 100 employees. I personally prefer that over education in some of the other markets, but to each their own. Everybody has a different niche.
Well, why do you prefer them? What do you like working with them?
I also target folks in the industrial segment. Design is not their top priority. They're get-it-done people, and they tend to like recurring. They tend to damage their apparel and need more of it. And so it's an order frequency and quite frankly, a simplicity.
Yeah.
It's, hey, I need 500 of this, boom, done. Not a lot of questions. It's just, we need it, looks great, keep on moving. I mean, so I would say that they have the lowest amount of staffing time per order invested to get the orders in the door, and then they're also not 20 pieces. They're large enough that it's 100, 500, 300, whatever. I try to avoid the 20s.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. It's just time is valuable. It really doesn't matter how much you charge for 18 shirts. It's not worth it. We got 2 M&R gauntlets. These are, they don't well for us, but it's older equipment type setup for it. You're good. So we do an 810. We run 2 flashes on it. You're good. We don't need to come through. You're good.
Yeah.
So we've got 2 of these, from unrelated to deco, but parts availability and service techs when it is needed is super important, and so that's one of the big debates between machinery. And so if you have a good support network in your area, most presses will do well. M&R's done well for us.
Okay, and I see you have ink on here. Do you offer custom ink or?
Like custom mixing? We do. Actually, DecoNetwork played a big role in this. We moved to a dominantly standardized palette.
Okay.
And that's actually a painful process. Most ink manufacturers don't Pantone their stock inks.
Yeah.
And so we actually printed every single ink that we wanted to. We Pantoned it manually to approximate Pantones and then programmed it into Deco. So we run about a 60 color palette, and that probably is 98% of what we print.
Okay.
And then just a very small percentages. Anybody that wants a custom ink, we charge $20, we'll mix it. But we used to do just, everything was different in custom. And running 60 color, I've been surprised. It seems that some other places, especially some of the national names online that people might be familiar with, their color palettes are very shallow. It's like 35 colors. And
really?
That is shocking to me, but we run around 60, and we also matched thread and inks to same coding system. I actually made my own inventory system that the code has the Pantone hidden in it and the thread number and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
So many orders, we don't have to play games with what thread matches what ink and stuff like that. But thread manufacturers also don't provide that stuff. So that was that sucked up about 60 hours of my life, but it was worth it.
Yeah, and it gives the motivated print experience, that they get this offered to them.
Yeah, I mean, it allows us to just consistently replicate, basically, with the faster we can get it done, the faster the customers get it, they're happier, and we have less invested from a labor perspective. I would actually say, there's a couple pieces I'd give a new DecoNetwork user. One of the first things I would do is to hit the color palette. There is, of course, a stock one in there that may or may not reflect what they want to offer, but if you start there, then everything replicates from there.
Right.
That was a pain point for about 1.5 years till I put the time in to fix it.
Well, you got it done. Okay, can we check out your ink room, and then we can check out the screen cleaning room?
It's our junk room / ink room, so it gets filled up with junk, and then we clear it out and sort stuff when we're shipping and then go back. But so this is basically just outbound. UPS typically picks up here. It's my little trick for my UPS driver to know whether we have a pickup or not. And it's regular routes, so stuff like that.
Well, we can move on to the next room then if you're ready. Okay. And so I have to ask, what's your most favorite apparel to print on and work with?
We do a ton fun, but if I had to say, I'd probably pick Next Level.
Okay.
Next Level and Bella are two very popular brands. They both print well. They decorate well. Customers like them, but because we serve more of an industrial segment, Bella Canvas tends to run as a little bit tighter fit, which doesn't match that audience quite as well. So that's what kind of pivots us in that area.
Okay.
Yeah, come on. This is not very exciting, but screen drying, darkroom for stuff like that.
Oh, it looks very exciting for me. Well, thank you, Martin, for speaking with me and showing me around. I definitely learned a lot from you, and I enjoyed myself today.
Yeah, we're glad to have you guys out.
Yeah.
Glad to have Deco as a partner.
And we're glad to have you too.
Thanks.
Thanks, Martin.
Yeah.